Namaskar. Hello and welcome to PGurus channel. I'm your host Sri Iyer. Thanks to your support, we have just scaled the 300,000 subscriber mark, and we would love it very much if you could subscribe to our channel if you have not already done so, and please like this video. We've done a lot of research to give you up-to-date factual information on what is happening on the ground in Tamil Nadu as far as the electricity and liquor and public works department minister Senthil Balaji. So here we go. So first of all, you know that he was arrested. Then he was taken for a routine medical checkup, and it is believed that he tried to make it look like he was getting a heart attack, but amazingly, even while he was having a heart attack in double quote, he managed to kick the policeman when he was being tried to ease out of his car on his way to the hospital. So you make the decision, guys, whether this guy is fit or not fit, whether he really has a heart block or not, and whether all this is a stage managed tamasha. Because DMK has been known for doing all these kinds of things, wretched things. Anytime any minister gets imprisoned or gets arrested, the first thing they try to do is to go get admitted in a hospital saying that there is something wrong with their health, and they try to then start bargaining, somehow weasel their way out of that. So I think that's exactly what is happening. Very strange thing that has also happened is this guy is in a hospital. ED is waiting to take him into judicial custody, and they have him for 28 days. They can interrogate him. And his wife has gone to Supreme Court, and she has evidently filed a missing person case case there. How can he be missing? He's right in the hospital. What is this game? So some elaborate game is being played from the family of Senthil Balaji. This fellow is a crook of the highest order. I have no reservations in saying this. He has done major land grab of people. Sometimes he has been alleged to have had murdered people for their land. This is how bad the allegations are against Senthil Balaji. And there is an article that Abhijit Iyer Mitra has retweeted of Sandhya Ravishankar that tells you all the details about it. So I'm not going to bore you with all that. If you want, you can go and get that information from Abhijit Iyer's tweet line. You will see Sandhya Ravishankar's article that he has put. You can go and read that. So this is about Senthil Balaji's Purvang, that is before, antecedents, what are all he has done. Now let's come to the present. See, he is 47, 48 years old, somewhere in that ballpark. If you really search hard, I'm sure you can find some blockage. It might not be, life-threatening blockage. You may have 20% blockage. Anybody who crosses 50 is going to have some blockage or not. Something or the other will be there. So, you think of our blood system as something like a, sewage system. There will be bandicoots. They'll try to block it, and then you have to go and essentially scrape out the stuff and allow blood to flow again. So I don't think this is true. But, in a situation where Senthil Balaji is known to be able to manage situations in various ways, he has always somehow crawled his way out of trouble. So I think he may be up to his gimmicks. I don't know what is going to happen. I think ED is waiting. Now, the other thing also they have done, Senthil Balaji's team has done, is then trying to get a bail for him. I don't think the bail will be given. This is a district court, and I don't think that bail will be given. So we have to wait and see what happens there. Now, there is also a habeas corpus petition that has been put. I don't know what is going. That is in the Madras High Court, I believe. I don't know what that is going to happen. Now, when they ask for bail, they may say that the Indian Criminal Procedure Code was not followed when he was arrested, that this was not done, that was not done. They'll try to see if they can shake the ED order, but in my opinion, that's not going to happen. That the judge is going to see his or her way clear, and prevent this person from getting any bail. Now, what happens when the person is not well? See, even if you do get angioplasty done, right, you'll be fine in 2-3 days. In other words, ED can still get hold of him for interrogation, for keeping him under judicial custody, and ask him all the questions that they may have. We know clearly that Senthil Balaji is the 𝙒𝙧𝙤𝙪𝙥𝙤 of Tamil Nadu. 100% sure. He is the guy, he is the money bags man. He is the one who gets the money for Karunanidhi I'm sorry, not Karunanidhi, MK Stalin. And see, this is where the problem is for DMK. This is the guy who has all the information. This is the guy that every minister went and met. What do you think they were going to go and tell him in the hospital? There's one guy who says that he wasn't even responding to any of my, questions. I think he's in very bad shape, only to see 2 minutes later, MK Stalin comes calling. The guy is up from the bed and he is, talking freely. How is that possible? So this is all at least from where I see it, it looks like a huge charade. These people are trying to somehow buy time and trying to somehow get some bail to try and escape. That is one story. Okay, so this is where Senthil Balaji's life stands. And I think ED may be able to tell even the lower level court that, look, we would like to take him to New Delhi for interrogation. And if he needs to be seen by a doctor, we would like to take him, show him the best available resources, which happens to be in AIIMS, New Delhi. That's a very valid argument. The judge may even agree. In that case, the case is over. This guy will be carted off by plane to New Delhi, and then the whole fun will begin. That's how I think it's going to go. Let's wait and see. It'll be just a couple of days before we will know exactly how things are going to fall. Now, there's another story that is happening. That is that the Tamil Nadu government has denied access to CBI in the state. They can deny permission for CBI to come into the state. Why do you think that happened? In order to answer this question, I want to play a very small video. I played this yesterday also. So those of you who saw yesterday's thing, maybe you will think that it is something new, same thing. But this was already played once. Just take a look at it. So if you see the third slide, I had said there who is going to be the next person to go, and therein lies the tale. And for MK Stalin personally, Annamalai had alleged that Stalin took a bribe of 200 crores from a electric locomotive company called Alstom. Now Alstom, depending on who you talk to, is either based out of it's headquartered either in Europe or in the United States, one place or the other. Right now, it's a GE company, and these people have given the bribe. That is, there is trail of that. So that investigation CBI has to establish, and then ED will step in to try and see if there was any money laundering involved. So I think Stalin thinks that he can preempt CBI from investigating that case because he thinks that maybe it will land him in trouble. That's number one. Number two, PTR in one audio leak had said that 𝙒𝙧𝙤𝙪𝙥𝙥 and Sabareesan have amassed close to 33,000 crores in the 1 year that they have been in power. This audio was recorded months ago. So he has said that. So it's possible that PTR may also be called in for investigation, and then they'll be able to try and connect the dots. See, this is where I think it's going to be getting very interesting. DMK thinks that they can slow down the momentum of ED and CBI by doing this, but ED can still go and based on Senthil Balaji's statements, go and interrogate anybody else. That cannot be stopped. TN cannot stop ED. Enforcement Directorate has reached. NIA, National Investigative Agency, has reached. Income tax cannot be stopped. So this is going to be very interesting in the next few days. I have a feeling that the beginning of the end of DMK is here. You'll start seeing people heading for the exits, and we'll have to wait and see how these chips will fall. But certainly a big win for Annamalai, because those of you who are watching his press conference on the New Year's Day, Tamil New Year's Day, April 14th, the list of ministers he gave pointedly left out Senthil Balaji. So people are wondering, everybody says Senthil Balaji is the most corrupt. How come Annamalai hasn't named him? See, this was a deliberate red herring, in my opinion, to make this fellow feel complacent that, oh, they are not going to touch me because I'm very close to the chief minister. Who knows if something like that was what has happened? So there is some very clever chess game going on. We don't know who the player, I mean, I know who the player is, one side player, the other side, I don't know who it is. And we have to wait and see how this plays out. This is all I have for you. We will come back to you again, maybe in the next couple of days if there's any update, and I can now answer your questions. MSB wants to know, how can Stalin ban CBI? Does this stop Senthil from being investigated? No. The investigation is being done by the Enforcement Directorate. CBI can be banned. For example, Maharashtra did it. West Bengal did it. These are all, you know, what I would call as desperate measures of a corrupt government. And it will, you know, it won't change the reality a bit. Maybe their cadres will feel enthused. Maybe they'll feel, oh, okay, nothing is going to happen because CBI cannot investigate. So I'm sure today's newspapers and media channels in Tamil Nadu will be all talking about how Stalin has stood up to the center and stopped CBI from coming and investigating the cases. Yeah, let them have their 2-second fun. Because when ED decides, they can pull anybody into the investigation and, you know, extract the truth. Anand Vasudevan wants to know, where is Sriram Seshadri? He had a family emergency and so he had to go. That's why I said, well, there is a lot of information that I wanted to share with you all. I thought, okay, I will do it. He will be back again, most likely on Friday. Let's wait and see. I think I'm hopeful on Friday evening he will be there. Today is Thursday for you. So Friday evening, tomorrow evening, he'll be there at 8 p.m. and he'll give us an update. Srinivas Jayaprakash wants to know, Namaste sir, with entire TN state machinery rallying behind Senthil Balaji, why do you stop at TN? Aam Aadmi Party is going to bat for him. Samajwadi Party is going to bat for him. Sharad Pawar is batting for him. So this is a joke. With the entire TN state machinery rallying behind Senthil Balaji, don't you think it would be just for the trial to be shifted to some other state like that happened in JJ case? So, you know, this is still early days. He has been taken into judicial custody. I mean, D.K. Shivkumar was taken into judicial custody, but he wasn't arrested. They just called him over, they talked to him, and they let him go in 2019. If they had followed through and put him in jail, he would have sung like a canary. They would have got Ahmed Patel while he was still alive. So, I don't know. This part, I'm very, very unhappy about the way the Modi government goes about prosecuting known offenders. Next one, please. M.E. wants to know, sir, why do Tamil Hindus vote for DMK when DMK openly abuse Hindus and Hindu gods? Oh, Sriram, this is something that I've always wondered myself. I'm sorry, not Sriram. M.E., I've always wondered myself. The thing about it is that it's 70 years old. DMK has managed to convince people that you can pray, you can be a God-fearing person, but when it comes to voting, you should always vote for DMK. And many DMK ministers, you know, they are the most religious people inside their homes. Even for taking small decisions, they will ask 3 astrologers, 4 good times, and only then make the decision. These are the most God-fearing people, but for outward pretenses, they try to make it as if there is no God. Hypocrites of the highest order. Next one, please. Bharani Chandar wants to know, your view, arrest of EV minister, could this be a good DMK as a party? Because except the first family who got paid, how much does South get in return from the center as taxes paid by them? One video, please. Oh, we are going to do an extensive look at the state level finances. Sriram Seshadri is working on putting that data together. We're going to compare 4 different states. You'll find a wealth of information in there. The center is not denying anyone any of their due shares. In fact, I think you saw that video where Amit Shah gave a fitting point-by-point response to MK Stalin. These are all gimmicks. And the most important takeaway from this is, if BJP captures Tamil Nadu, it's just a matter of time before Kerala, Andhra, Telangana, all will fall in place. They already have Karnataka within striking distance. They will get Karnataka completely next time around. So Tamil Nadu is the hardest, and among them, the most corrupt minister is Senthil Balaji, and they also say he was the most powerful minister. So what BJP has decided to do is go after the strongest guy. Once that guy is down, the rest will fall in place. Just wait and see. Rahul Rathod wants to know, will government pass 𝙤𝙬 in upcoming session or will they wait for 2024 tenure? And are there any roadblock situation if 𝙤𝙬 is passed by peacefuls like they did during CAA? No, I think, Rahul, this time they have to be decisive. They have to show themselves to be decisive. I think Amit Shah wanted to act, but I think Modi restrained him. And that's how these things got out of control. But I think lately you've been seeing that, for example, Amritpal Singh case, right? They didn't let it go out of hand. They immediately cracked down. Even the wrestlers protest. Now, if 𝙤𝙬 passes, no, I think India will be able to handle it very cleanly. They have to do what Yogi Adityanath does for people who are, damaging public property in Uttar Pradesh. Do the same thing in rest of the country. They'll all pipe down. Everybody knows this is good for them. Next. Ruben Loganathan wants to know, Republic Channel has put out a story that ED found out Senthil Balaji bought a land worth 25 crores for only 11 lakhs and investigating the deal. English news channels are focusing on this case. Yeah, he has done a lot of things like that. The DMK, from the time they came to power in 2006, they switched their tactics and they started going after many people's lands. And especially if you happen to be owning like tens of acres, these are the people targeted. And like I said, go read that article written by Sandhya Ravishankar about Senthil Balaji. You will know how many things he has done. This guy is corrupt as heck, guys. And they said that he is the de facto chief minister of the government. So let's see how it goes. Thank you, Priya. Ashwin Ravi wants to know, as a doctor and others in fraternity can attest that a person with triple vessel disease needing cardiac bypass will not be crying around and kicking. Will central government docs give him a clean chit? Like I said, today the bail hearing might take place at the district court. I think ED might move and get permission to take him to AIIMS to give him the best care. And let's see how they rebut that. Next question. Arvind Gopalan wants to know, despite Sabareesan not holding any government office, how was he allowed to meet VSB at hospital despite arrested by ED? Why no one is speaking about this? Who is following rules, my dear friend? We are following it because we want to follow it. But if you want to break rules, nobody stops you in India. That's how bad things have become. The rule of law is more of an afterthought than a reality. Maya Jagannathan wants to know, why can't ED bring in docs from outside for second opinion, since TN government hospital docs may be under pressure of state government? Yeah, Maya, it's all possible. That's why they are going to argue that today in the court, and they'll find out. I mean, even if he goes to even if he gets any procedure done and he goes to AIIMS, they can figure out what was the procedure done. They'll have to show all the documents. They start lying, that gets them into deeper trouble. Because then what happens is, ED can turn around when the judicial custody finishes. They can say, no, we want to take him into police custody, at which point they can even, interrogate him properly. Sanat Kolhatkar wants to know, Annamalai had tweeted yesterday that Stalin had received kickback of 200 crores for, not yesterday, April 14th. That's what I told you just now. So Stalin is afraid. Yeah, yes, you answered your question. That's what I answered just now. I played the music also for the same reason. They think that CBI will not come after them now. Let's wait and see. Narayanan Vishwanathan Iyer wants to know, latest news is judicial custody extended till 28th of June. So, that is expected at 2 weeks' time, right? In that 2 weeks, they need to interrogate him. So they might try to say that he needs to be in the hospital, but ED will also go back and say, well, he was in the hospital, so we didn't get a chance to interrogate him. So let him come out, and then they'll ask for another extension. I think one way or the other, this is going to be like Satyendra Jain case. He's not coming out for months, and it is better Stalin remove him from the ministry. Otherwise, it's going to become a problem for him also. Let's see. Anand Vasudevan wants to know, is there a possibility of SB joining? No. To save his skin, Annamalai will not allow him to do that. Senthil Balaji and Annamalai have some serious bad blood. And I don't know if you remember, when Annamalai was contesting from Aravakurchi, he had once threatened Senthil Balaji that I'll break your teeth. And they said that is not becoming of a candidate. And they said that might have actually hurt his chances. I don't think so, but that's how bad the animosity between those two is. Senthil Balaji is everything that you don't want in a politician. Let me put it that way. L wants to know, will ED now go after Senthil Balaji's family and CM's family? Yeah, anybody, they will get a lot of threats from this. And ED has teeth now. They have powers. If Amit Shah decides or Modi decides that they need to be given full powers, they can and they will be able to crack down on these deals. What did Stalin do in Dubai? What did he do in Singapore recently? What did he do in Japan? So all these things are essentially just allocating their ill-gotten wealth. The 33,000 crores that PTR mentioned, that is definitely going to be asked. That will surface. Just wait and see. Thank you, Kar. I hear you on a regular basis. Love your answers. Happy that I follow. NRA is doing for this country. I think NRI. Please let me know if I have any programs in. If you have any programs in Jacksonville, Florida, I will do, definitely, Carl. Thank you so much. Usha Rao wants to know, Republic probably got it from Maridas ji, who has meticulous details about this dubious land deal in his channel, Maridas Answers. Yeah, most likely. Most likely. Narayanan Mahalingam wants to know, how would DMK files part 2 expected in July impact the political scenario? I think it's going to be more downhill for them. So, these guys are like, what is the daily money come out? That's what these guys used to do. L wants to know why Modi government, even after 9 years in power, not able to punish any corrupt politicians. Well, the same corrupt politicians also made sure that they had their people in various government positions as well as in the judiciary, in law also, in order also. So, see, if somebody is trusted with writing a chart sheet, India has one problem. They still think like babus, like British babus. The IPS officers themselves don't write the chart sheet. They give it to a superintendent who's probably not very good at English. So when a sloppy chart sheet gets placed in front of a judge, the judge tends to not understand what is written, so he just rejects the whole thing. So the IPS officers, I'm saying this again and again, Modi government has to sell the IPS officers, you lose a black and white case, you get suspended. You better write it yourself, because the IPS officers can read and write proper English. They will be able to do a good job. They don't want to do it. This is my nails will get hurt by typing too much on the keyboard. That is a mentality. Now, I'm not saying all of them are. Annamalai is a very honorable exception. I'm sure a lot of them are not that way, but I'm saying about CBI. When you write a chart sheet, make sure that the charges are written clearly, the I's are dotted and the T's are crossed. There will be no loophole. Raghava B wants to know, what kind of dynamics will BJP-AIDMK have influenced by this anti-corruption crusade? Will it make AIDMK very insecure and move with DMK instead? Raghava, I have one observation from the 2021 elections. AIDMK and BJP fought the elections together, but the vote transfer did not happen as expected. The 4 seats that BJP got was more out of the charisma and the character of the candidates fighting the constituencies. Like Gandhi, for example, he is a very respected man in his constituency. So was Dr. C. Saraswati. So was Vanati Srinivasan. So what I'm trying to say is all the 4 winners, they were well regarded in their constituency. And it is very apparent that when it came to transferring votes, the AIDMK voters who were voting at a constituency where BJP candidate was standing did not vote for BJP candidate. Instead, they voted for either DMK or for other like AMMK and so on. So this deliberately happened. So it is better for Annamalai, better for Modi and Amit Shah to let BJP run on its own. Let them pick up some key partners such as PMK, which has a sizable presence in the northern districts. Let them also put good, strong candidates from the Devendra Kulavelalars, as well as the Gounders, as well as the Devar community, and even the Dalit community, and make sure that every seat that they contest in the 2024 elections, that once it becomes a serious 3-way contest, I can assure you, DMK will find it going very, very hard. Because if AIDMK stands by itself and fights, they will also go after the minority vote. Congress wants the minority vote. Even if Congress and DMK team up together, that itself may not happen, because Congress is trying to take the minority oxygen out of all the regional players. How else will they get 150 seats? You saw all the things that happened, the Rahul Gandhi tamasha that took place in US. I've done a lot of videos on this. So you know what they want to do. So there are some internal fissures. So I think if BJP goes on its own and puts up good candidates, works hard, have the right booth candidates at the booth level, volunteers at the booth level, make sure that everything is done right, they stand an excellent chance of picking up to 10 seats. Remember, nobody gave them a hope in Telangana in 2019. They got 4 seats by working very hard. It is possible. Mohan Raman wants to know, hereafter an ambulance should be sent while arresting any South Indian politician, as invariably they develop heart attacks just when being arrested. Yes. This is a known gimmick. What is not known is what else these guys are going to try and do. Well, I think, one more. Anand Vasudevan wants to know, why is the US not able to break the back of NRA, the gun lobby? Well, this is a very influential lobby. It cut across both party lines. And see, if you are in rural US, right, the only way you can keep out some of the wild animals is by having your own guns. Montana, Colorado, deep interiors of US, even in any state, even Texas is a huge state. So you have to have guns. The question is that how responsible you are, how you ensure that somebody who is not of stable mind doesn't get these guns. That is the point. Because they have these loopholes in the laws now, which allows... See, there was a Brady bill. Brady was a cabinet member of Reagan administration. When Reagan got shot, Brady also got shot, and he actually got, I think, incapacitated. He couldn't walk after that. So there was a Brady bill that put serious constraints on where the guns could be sold, but still they have some loopholes, and that's what gets exploited. I believe in some of these gun fairs, they don't even get your license, driver's license, I mean, like your address and so on. So these are all things that they need to make sure, but these are varying from state to state. So you have to wait for the states to, put a consistent law in place. Jagannath MT wants to know, wish you cross 1 million mark sooner. All the best, sir. Jagannath, yes, we can cross. Like I have always noticed this. Only 1 in 2 of the viewers, like right now, there are 1,450 viewers. Only about 700 of you are actually subscribing. You have still not subscribed to our channel. Now, if you start seriously subscribing to our channel, from 300 to million will be no time at all. So just help us, guys. You are watching our program. You like our content. So why don't you just subscribe? All it's going to do is give you a notification. You can or opt to not watch it at the time of the notification, but subscription means something. We get into more YouTube pushes our videos more virally, and that is the big benefit of that. Next, please. Thank you, Rudradeva. Can we please make session on ex-Muslims, please? We did one. We interviewed a guy called Sahil. We've also done Asra Nomani. We've also done one Uyghur Muslim. We do these things on the, and we also do the Shia president. We interviewed him when he was still Shia. Now he has, of course, become Jitendra Singh. He has converted to Hinduism. At that time also we interviewed him. We do it once in a while. Bharati Iyer, when is Qatar Imandar going to face the heat? Why is no action taken against him yet? Disappointing. Who is Qatar Imandar? Arvind Kejriwal? Shankar wants to know, satirical literary devices going on in a dramatic manner with cinematic arts. Yes. Next. I guess that's all for today, and we'll be back again tomorrow with an update with Sriram Seshadri. Until then, thank you and bye. And also please like, share and subscribe to our channel. Don't forget to click on the bell button for notifications. Namaskar.